Well, good morning, everyone. This is Dave Nichols. I want you to say good morning to the birds. You can see them up there in their perch. They're hanging out. There's dove season going on here in Arkansas. So they're kind of trying to stay away from everything. Today, I'm gonna try to talk to you about some compost and visit with you about how the arborists bring us all kinds of compost down here at our little farm, and they give it to me for free. It's a byproduct, and what they do is they take it off the highline wires, trees, and stuff like that off the highline wires, and they bring it to me. And as you can see here, it has a lot of leaves in it. And I'm sorry about it being shaky, but it's very hard for me to do all this driving and lifting and all that stuff. But if you just hang with me, I think I can give you an idea of what we do to make compost here on the little farm. It's a really beautiful Lord's Day today. I mean, it's just beautiful. It's not very hot. I think we're in somewhere around 80 degrees, somewhere in that area right now. It has been about 100, 105 here in Fort Smith area, so it's just been really hot. But you can see we got a little bit of rain. We got a little bit of rain, oh, couple 3 days ago. That was really nice to see because we were getting very dry. But of course, here on the farm, it causes a lot of mud too. But I still appreciate it. You can see some of the willows I've got going on right now growing out. I've already dug out a few already, but we've got some more coming on. Everything's beautiful. The orchard's doing well. I'll try to show you the orchard if I can. There's a weeping willow right there. There's a couple of them. Just got all kinds of good fun things happening. Over here is my compost piles, and that's what I'm going to be talking to you about today. Is all of my composting. And right here, this pile right here is about 9 months old, something like that. So it's just, I'd say in another few months, that pile there will be ready to use as compost. It's still just a little bit too hot right now, and that one there's breaking down very well also. But you can just see what I do is we bring this stuff in, from the gentleman that do the arborist work, and this is what it usually looks like, which is a really good product because that product has a lot of leaves on it and things like that. And then what I do is I start laying out I lay it all down. I start laying it down on the ground, and then I take chicken manure and I add chicken litter to it, which is I've got a pretty good sized load right here of chicken litter that I had brought in. Well, I didn't. I say I had it brought in. I brought it in, but I have a good friend that has a chicken farm, and we get to visit and we get to see each other. But I brought a couple of small loads in yesterday. Like anything else, you got to pay for it, but it really helps break down. It's got a lot of nitrogen in this manure, and that nitrogen will help break down the wood chips. That again is a free resource, which is just awesome for a farm. I use it for potting. I pot a lot of plants, trees, and I put it on my gardens as well. I'm gonna have to try to get something ready for this fall so I can get it on there. But I just take this manure and start spreading it on top of the pile. And when I spread it on top of the pile like that, then I usually do 3 to 1 or somewhere in that area. I'll usually I'll usually lay down a layer of wood chips, and then I take my manure and put my new manure on top of that, and then I put another layer of mulch on top of that. And I just keep doing it that way, and eventually I'm going to be turning it all over anyway with the tractor to get air in it and help it break down. So it all gets mixed together. But you can kind of see an idea of what it looks like. It begins when they first bring it to us. It looks just like this right here, and then after it starts breaking down, it starts looking like that pile, and then it usually goes to about like that pile, and then it breaks down to that size, and then to that size, and then eventually it's broke down like the one behind there, the farthest one back. You can see it's broke down, almost ready for soil, almost made into soil. But people, you don't realize, and a lot of people think I'm crazy as a Bessie bug, but that manure, when it's aged like that, it doesn't really smell that bad. It smells, I know it sounds crazy, but it kind of has a sweet smell to it. But when it's broke down well, it starts breaking down. It doesn't smell like people think. And you add it with the wood chips, and then the smell goes away. It just automatically starts merging together and breaking down. And we want all those little bugs and microorganisms to break it down. Once they break it down, then it's something we can use. Then the plant can take and, all the microorganisms will break it down for the plants, and then the plants will take it up into the root system and make a strong plant, whatever you're growing or food sources or whatever. But that works for me. I try to stay away from cow manure now because they put grazon on the fields, and that grazon is well, it'll kill some of your gardens. I've heard people losing gardens for 2 years because it would ruin the soil. So I try to stay away from cattle manure because I just don't know where they're getting their hay and all of that. So here, real soon, I'm going to talk to you about back to Eden gardening. That's not a concept that I come up with, but I was doing a little bit of it, and then I found a man on YouTube called Paul Gauchi, and he kind of put everything together for me. And I've been doing now back to Eden gardening for about this will be probably my third season, and it's really working well for me. You can see my orchard over there; it's just doing super, even if it's as hot as it's been. So, well, folks, have a wonderful day, and I enjoyed talking with you. I just hope everything goes well with you today. God bless you. We'll catch you next time. Bye bye.